The regulation for the dietary supplement industry is not as tight as you would expect. For instance, in Canada, dietary supplements are called natural health products, and they won't be approved by Health Canada to be sold in the market without being substantiated by human clinical trials. The same rules don't apply to U.S. dietary supplements. You will find a sentence written on a U.S. supplement label as these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, FDA. In addition to that, there is no government third-party evaluation to keep track of the supplements that are on shelf neither in Canada nor in US just yet. However, they do get checked by the health authorities from both countries if a consumer reports an inconsistency on a specific product. Please don't take me wrong. I'm not saying you won't find a good supplement product in these countries. I'm rather saying the quality assurance of supplement products rely on transparency and the reputation of the company you are buying from. Hi, I'm Lily with VitaHelix. In today's video, I'll share with you the third-party chemical test results of 3 NMN products and hopefully could help you to understand why a third-party test is so important. Before we start, if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to be updated on dietary supplement backed by science. If you learn anything new, give us a thumbs up. It will help our video to be seen by more people. The third-party chemical test I'm talking about here is to determine elemental impurities and the concentrations, including the 4 most toxic heavy metals: arsenic, cadmium, lead, and mercury. The test was performed by an analytic technique called ICP-MS to detect elements at very low concentrations at the parts per billion level. Heavy metals can be detrimental to your health, and the concentration of these heavy metals in your supplement will dictate how safe or how harmful they can be in the short and the long run. So, you should take the heavy metal impurity very seriously, since the damage from those elements to your body can be irreversible. In this video, we choose 3 good quality NMN products to show what you should expect from the third-party chemical test. Since it is not our goal to promote or demote any specific company, that's called the chosen NMN product, sample 1, 2, and 3. Let's take a look at the lab results. As you can see from the elemental analysis, 33 elements and their concentrations were analyzed in each sample. The acceptance criteria highlighted here in yellow shows the acceptable limit of identified element through 3 ways of administration: ingestion, topical, and inhalation. Since NMN is usually taken orally, ingestion is the one we should pay attention to. 4 most toxic heavy metals were listed with a specified concentration based on microgram per kilo body weight per day on an average 70 kg adult. There are different standards set out by each health authority, such as Health Canada or FDA, for daily intake tolerance to be considered safe. Here is the table from Health Canada showing the acceptable limits for each heavy metal and adult daily limit. Also, you may refer to the table from US FDA indicating the permitted daily exposure for 24 elemental impurities. As an exercise, let's compare the lead value of these 3 NMN samples, which are 0.01, 0.106, and 0.158 microgram per gram. Clearly, the lead levels varies from company to company, but they are all within the acceptable limit from Health Canada standard 10 microgram per day and FDA standard 5 microgram per day. One sample's lead level is almost 1,000 times lower than the requirement if you are taking 1 gram of NMN per day. This is what you should be looking for in a third-party test result. I talk about most toxic heavy metals that can be harmful to your body even at very low concentration. What about other elements that are essential to your body? Take iron for instance. As you can see from the result, the concentration from the sample 1, 2, and 3 varies from 11.6 to 187 microgram per gram. All are good and within the tolerance of recommended daily dosage. Iron is essential for your body's proper function. However, too much iron intake can damage your gastrointestinal system. Over time, iron can accumulate in your organs, damaging the liver. The point here is too much of a good thing can be bad for you. You need to find a balance. And the elemental analysis will help you take control over what and how much you are taking. Here is the take-home message. If you are planning to take any kind of supplement such as NMN, look for companies that are GMP compliant and can provide third-party chemical test results. In an ideal scenario, you should choose a company with a good reputation, and after purchasing your NMN, you should send a sample for a third-party chemical test to ensure all the existent elemental impurities are within the tolerance suggested by health authority, especially the 4 major toxic heavy metals. I know it can be very expensive to do a third-party test. Here in Canada, we pay 85 Canadian dollars for each sample. But if you are planning to take NMN for a lifetime, it is worth knowing if the company you choose is reliable or not. Otherwise, instead of prolonging your life, you will end up having the exact opposite result that you are looking for. I hope you will find this video useful. Also, don't forget to check out our website. Here is the link. As always, stay healthy and live longer.